I'm Laura McNamara in Washington, D.C. at the D.C. Fly-In and Government Affairs Summit on Capitol Hill. Joining me now is Troy Knecht. Could you introduce yourself for us?
Yeah, I'm Troy Knecht. I'm the president of the ACE board of directors, farmer from northeast South Dakota, and I guess now probably an 11, 12-year member of this board.
And we've been here talking to politicians all day. What has been part of the messaging for the politicians?
The biggest message that we are setting this week is implementation, passing of the E15 bill, right? We need E15 year-round, and absolutely our biggest message.
We need to stop talking about it and taking action, right?
Right. It's been a long time. I mean, since I've been on this board, we've talked about E15, and it's constant. And we were close, and now we aren't as close. But I think there are some things in motion that would lead me to believe that, maybe in the next year or two here we can get the job done.
The war pressure right now is definitely something that seems to be driving rhetoric that says, look, ethanol, getting this through could really be beneficial as people are feeling squeezed at the pumps. How do you feel about that?
Well, absolutely. I mean, the conflict with Iran proves once again that we need to be independent of foreign oil, right? So all the energy sources here in the United States that we can lean on, so we don't have to go get it from somewhere else. It's a big deal. The consumers feel it or felt it a little bit, right? Because the price of oil went from $80 a barrel to $120, like in 2 days. And that's a problem. We can solve that by producing even more oil here, but also bringing in more ethanol, right? We have the cornfields. I mean, you drive around in the summertime in the Midwest, there's the fuel factory right there. Let's use it.
And you said that perhaps later this year, what were lawmakers saying as far as finally getting this through? We know that this is a message that's been, brought to them time and time again. Did you hear anything different about what they were saying this time around?
I think, it's which vehicle are we going to attach it to? What bill are we going to attach E15 legislation to? I know some of the congressional delegation we visited with said that they represent small refiners. The small refiners were left out of the process. They weren't brought into the decision making this time. But there's been small refiner exemptions that have been out there for a while, right? There's been reallocation that's been done that they haven't taken care of. So the small refiners aren't innocent in all of this. But ultimately, at the end of the day, let's hope that we can get API and the small refiners and ethanol together and come up with a solution that works for everybody. And let's just get it over the finish line. We're close, but we just need and we need some real congressional leadership from our champions to go make this happen.
Do you feel like your group made an impact today?
Yeah, we had some great meetings. We met with a lot of friendly offices that were optimistic. We met with a couple that represented small refineries that, obviously were opposition, but even talking to them, I think there are ways this can be moved forward.
Great. Is there any final word you'd like to add?
No, there's not. I've got nothing. Just love to be out here with ACE, and this flying is impactful. 10 years ago, 12 years ago, whatever, it took us a few years to educate people. We had to come out and educate. And every office you go to now, they know our issue. They know why we're there. They hear from us. They hear from the other advocacy groups. They hear from corn growers groups. They hear from farmers. They all know our issues, and I think we've impacted, ACE has impacted really the way these congressional offices look at our product, our end product, ethanol.
And that's quite a big step forward, not having to educate anymore. So,
yep, you can go into these offices and have the conversations of how can we move this industry forward. What do you need from us? What information do you need? But they're asking questions now too. We just aren't educating them. So it's a good back and forth, good give and take, and I think it's been, ACE has been very, like I'll say it again, very impactful out here.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm Laura McNamara in Washington, D.C. on Capitol Hill.